CheekySport on Rinse.
Alright, man. You're now tuned into Rinse FM, and this is Cheeky Sport. You with myself, Big J.
Jose Mourinho Akeem.
Like a Chris.
Ollie's out the wheel, Jack.
And welcome to the show today,
No one
guys.
says that anymore. Anyway.
We got a lot to talk about today in regards to football. We're going to be talking about Tottenham.
Let's shut up and get straight to it. Man United.
Oh,
Man United.
That's not the topic.
Yes, it is. No, Tottenham can wait.
Manchester United's topic. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's looking. He's shaking.
Bro,
Genuinely.
hey, you know my thing, man didn't even letting you finish the intro.
Straight in there. Straight in there.
Bro,
That's a really good
Because you know
segue,
what I wanted to
Chris.
do? Because you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to start saying the topics at the beginning. So when I do the title, it's just easier.
No, not today,
I
mate.
forget what we're talking
Not
about.
today. Not today.
Alright, so
Listen,
yeah,
genuine question. When was the last time Man United fans sang Ollie at the wheel?
No, bro.
PSG.
Do you know my favourite part of that
When was
chart
that,
now?
March?
It's the part where it goes, tell me how good does it feel?
That's a fair. We got Pop and Fred.
Can I just say though, that whole song, I did stop singing as soon as Fred was in the song. As soon as I realised Fred, I was like, Fred.
We got Rashford, he's McBoard and Bread.
Hold on. Fred's alright, you know.
Nah, he's not. He's a wasp. Like I said,
He's
a wasp. He's a bee.
He's alright.
He's a bee.
Hey, bro.
You got to give
Hey, no.
him.
He's a waste.
Fred is the worst.
Nah,
bro.
he ain't that bad.
He's the worst Premier League
That's
signing.
probably Mourinho's worst
signing.
signing. Yeah, that's probably Mourinho's
Do you know?
worst
Do you know what's
I think
mad?
it's alright.
I've run out of things to say about Man United.
No, but that's the thing, yeah.
I'm
I was
I've cussed you lot for so long.
What do you mean?
As in, like, it's just, it
What can you
feels
say?
normal now.
Yes, yeah.
No, it is
feels
normal.
normal.
No, it is normal. It
See,
is normal.
like,
No, there's no
before
one saying
that
it
game-
feels.
No,
It is,
no,
bro.
before
Where was
that-
Jose this weekend on?
Before
He had a week off.
Had a week off.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Got that Paddy Power check, innit?
You see how Jamie Redknapp and all the man pipe up now. He's not there. He's like,
Yeah.
I know.
Jose.
It's true. When he's there, they're like quiet school children.
I know.
They don't.
I know.
Talk
But
any
let's
madness.
be real here, yeah. Like,
How do you not feel?
Tell me how good does it
that's
feel?
no. But you see, it is. That's a
Stocks
nice
are down.
question.
Stocks are down,
That's a nice question.
Stocks are down lower than they've ever been.
Why do you always laugh at
He's always
the
got the
stocks? I don't
stocks.
get it.
16 quid a share.
It was 15.96 today.
What was his highest? 30.
26 when Jose done the
The treble.
The treble.
He asked us how we feel. For me personally, I've obviously been speaking about this for a long time. I feel cool.
Well, you
I
don't.
feel cool.
You don't.
I don't
That's a
feel
lie.
cool. I don't.
Stop
Dude,
lying,
can I be
bro.
real? Can I be real? Like the only thing
Set
that's annoying me more than anything is just the toxicity within the fans at the moment.
Oh yes,
What?
Jermaine.
Well, what
Nice
toxicity?
word.
Yeah, what
You
toxicity?
used it well.
The
You got it.
toxicity.
First time round as well. You got the word out first time.
If you notice,
he didn't say it
yeah,
properly,
between
though.
like
It's a toxicity. Toxicity. All right, mate.
Alright, sorry. If you notice that right now between actual certain fans, even the fact like Rio had to do it against Flex the other day.
All right, Rio.
All right,
Even
Rio.
Rio coming down.
Bust the gun.
We're back.
Rio.
Football thicker I ever seen.
Jack, you're not gonna sing it. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Sign it. Put any figure here and sign it.
I've come to talk. Yeah. Bro, that me's been killing
Hey,
me.
listen, Rio, we love you here. Obviously.
Big up
We
Rio,
love you,
man.
Rio.
Come on, that's
But
the
mate,
homie.
that's not an L. That's a double L. Double L, mate. Take a picture.
You
stack
say
up
ladies
photos.
love,
guys.
ladies love, bro. It's mad, ladies love. No, it's mad, bro.
Oh, he got married as well, didn't he? Big up, Rio. Well,
Congrats,
congratulations,
Rio.
Rio.
Yeah, it's no, it was mad. No, bro, it's
Bro.
mad. No, because even though,
Sign
let me just be clear.
Put
innit?
anything
It was-
on this piece of
even
paper.
though,
Yeah.
and the
Get
reason
it
why
to sign it.
the reason what makes me sick is people like Chris. Like obviously the other week, I almost stood up and wanted to punch him in the
Should've
face because he was like,
Cheeky
you know what? Should have backed Jose. Do you remember when he
I
did
know,
that?
Joker.
And
You
it was
should've done.
Nah, you wanted him out. You said
Nah,
it. You
bro.
said it.
Look, hindsight, innit?
Oh yeah, of
Beautiful
course.
thing,
Yeah, in
innit?
hindsight.
I look at it.
But who would have thought you would have gone and appointed a guy who
Ollie,
got
that's
sacked by
crazy
Cardiff?
though. How dumb is that?
No,
though,
but
like?
actually,
so
can we
dumb.
just start on Ollie? Wait, firstly, is he actually just for the record?
Akeem, come
wait,
on.
Wait,
No,
hold
no, no,
on.
no, let's talk,
Hold
let's
on.
talk,
But
let's
for the
talk.
record, because this joke he's been saying for months, is he actually Mould's worst ever man? Is he Cardiff's worst ever manager?
No,
He was
Cardiff,
voted
Cardiff,
Cardiff's
yeah,
worst
Cardiff,
ever
yeah.
manager.
No,
Okay,
no, I think
who
Ollie
voted?
won the
Who
league.
voted?
The fans. Who else would vote?
The fans voted.
Who else would vote? Like,
The fans voted him as the worst ever manager.
Yes.
Okay, right. Cool.
bro.
Right.
One season he was there, they got relegated.
And bro, you don't understand, yeah. Listen, I keep telling you guys.
My God.
When he was going on that winning streak, and bro, I used to say, nah, don't give him the contract, bro. Man used to get punched up online. It was mad for me.
Bare
Bro,
football
to the
thickos.
point, Jack, I know you're going to find this funny. I just used to close the app. Guys, even I don't know how to do
If you got nothing good to say, don't say anything.
Yeah, bro.
Anyone.
You know?
Describe it.
Yeah,
Close
bro.
the app.
Man made the F sound as
You know,
well. Right,
there's like, you know, I used to get punched up because like this idiot don't know nothing. Who's this fat idiot? You know, white man call me that. I just start getting offended.
Innit?
Even though they didn't say nothing remotely racist. Yeah, but I just feel like they're attacking me because I'm black.
They're the ones that they've all got beers in their picture.
Bro.
England flag in the
Literally,
background.
not one of them. None of them are
United,
like,
home and away.
They don't say nothing racist to me, but as soon as they comment on Man's City, I just think they're racist. I'm like, why is this white brother even talking to me like that? I don't even like it. It's like off rip. But at the end of the day, for me personally, it is what it is. I think all the top clubs have been through
That
this.
is the
and I
most
think it's hard
cliche thing I've ever heard.
I
At
think
the end
it's
of the day,
normal.
it's what it is.
I don't think all the big teams.
I think
gone
Arsenal.
through
I think the biggest. Who are the biggest clubs in England? I'll let Jack decide. Who are the biggest
Why?
football clubs in England?
Why is
Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man United.
Simple as
Historically,
that. Where's the
at the
last?
top
Liverpool never won the Premier League.
No, but Liverpool haven't been 10th
Yes, they
or
have.
11th.
Yes, they have.
Well, no.
Yes,
but
they have.
In
They
the
have.
context, no, but in the context,
Yes, they have.
Yeah, but in the
Yes, they
context,
have.
we finished them up.
yeah, but in the context of, hold on. But you're talking about the age where we're talking about Man United spending 700-800 million. Liverpool didn't spend 700-800
No.
million. They
I
lost
know that.
a lot of their best
But I
players
mean, even
at that
still, they
time.
were losing players. They
were.
were losing play. They couldn't. There was losing.
So
players,
what you're
you know.
saying? What it's just a part of the football cycle?
Yeah,
That's what
because
you're saying.
to me, yeah, I'll be real with you. When Sir Alex Ferguson left, I remember talking to Arsenal fans and saying to them, "We'll never take as long to win the Premier League as Arsenal have done since they've won it back then." Now I believe
won't.
that.
We won't take 15
It
years.
won't take 15 years, but
Well,
I
in
still
fact,
feel like
it's counting.
we'll
I'm
take-
counting.
It's gonna take
I'm
a
counting.
while. Yeah,
Bro, I
I'm
can't
counting.
see you lot winning the
Yeah,
Premier
it
League.
could take, but it,
No,
it-
well,
but-
it's simple.
but- but-
It's
but if
simple.
it's
It's simple,
15
really. We'll win the
but if
Premier
it-
League before Arsenal will win it.
I don't think so.
That's it.
that won't happen. But well, maybe.
They'll
But
be in like 2028.
I'm saying, Jack, if now it did get to 15 years before Man United won a title, it wouldn't be surprising because, like you just said, it's normal now.
It's normal.
That's why for me,
Before
it's
the
like
Newcastle
I don't
game-
really want to have the discussion.
Before the
I think
Newcastle game,
that's a little bit
any-
different.
any-
I think that's a little bit different from Arsenal because Arsenal, most of those 15 years, they were title contenders at the start of the season. So
what?
2007, 2008, 2009, those years.
Oh, okay.
you were
I see
going
what
for
you're
the
saying. I see
title.
what you're saying.
But
Yeah,
apart
you
from
were
this
going for the
season
title.
and last season, Man United were title contenders as well. They
I'm
were. They
not
were.
sure about that.
They were technically, and they've consistently
Technically, yeah.
Okay, technically, yeah.
Because
okay.
obviously,
Because Liverpool, Man City
obviously
weren't this
before
dominant
before
for this
Jose
long.
got sacked the season before, he still had finished second.
Yeah,
everyone
still
felt
finished
like-
second.
everyone felt.
But I mean,
the
it
season
wasn't a
after-
big
Because
gap.
when people asked me, even though the gap between City and United was huge, when people asked me, how are you going to win the league? I used to say, I don't think City are going to go on
Yeah.
the same run. I felt like the gap would have closed, but
Yeah.
United just got worse.
Actually, I remember you saying that. If you check the beginning of the last podcast from last year, you'd see when he's like gassing, saying, "Oh, the gap ain't that."
The gap is going to close. Yeah, that's what I
But
thought.
at the end of the day, end of the day,
Liverpool went above you.
End of the day, Man
Everyone's
United.
above us,
End of the day,
everyone.
Man United. Like, let's go to the crux of it. What is the problem then?
Everything.
No, you can't say everything.
No, there is. I can.
It's recruitment.
Not everything.
Listen, the recruitment's not been good enough because the players aren't good enough.
So which players
We
are
said
not good enough?
Pereira, Chong,
But Pereira's not a recruit.
Lingard,
is he? They're not
Rashford,
recruits. Rashford's from the
Diego,
academy. They're not-
Dallo, who again, Dallo had a good game
You
against
didn't like him
Fulham,
before, you
and I said
cussed
he ain't all that.
Yeah,
Again,
people went mad.
bro. People on Twitter they punched man up because I said Diego Dallo ain't good.
Yeah.
Bro, I got
what'd you think of
moved
him,
to. Bro,
No, wait.
bro, against Fulham, all I said was he ain't all that.
What I did hear from
Oh, you idiot.
I
That's the future.
Hold on,
Blah, blah, blah,
what I
blah.
did hear from talking about Rashford, yeah. Obviously, some people call him like Trashford, Trash Bandicoot,
Trashford, Trash Bandicoot.
Trash Bandicoot, I like
Trash
that.
Bandicoot. But look, the truth is,
Hey,
is
so-
he still
he's
wait?
got
Hold
a
on.
chain that says Rashi. Have you seen that?
Has he still
Has he
got?
actually?
He's
Hold
got a
on.
chain that says Rashi. Man said it
Trashy.
Ashy. Man called him
Let's
Ashy.
be
not
honest.
Trashy.
Let's be honest. Based on his age, has he still got the ability or potential to be world class?
You know he's one of my favourite players.
World
I'm
class?
going to say yes. Well, world class, no.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you.
Because you know what it is? I always
I'll
felt
be
like...
100% honest with you. With Rashford, especially for someone of his age and his development, he's not playing well. He shouldn't be playing every week. But the problem is, you guys don't have any other
Anybody
options.
else, yeah.
So you
what do
have to rely on him.
So how good
So
do you think?
Which is what you said this morning.
Because I'll be real with you. I don't agree with when people say. That's when I do think people go too far when they say
but bro-
Rashford's crap. He's not crap. Like, come on.
Listen.
No, he's not. No,
Listen,
one ain't
do you know
saying
what
that,
it
but
is?
Some people
everyone's-
don't
No,
think
but
that.
you know what it is? It's just
especially someone at that age, it doesn't help the development if they're playing badly and you continue
And you continue playing.
It
That's why
doesn't
people-
help at all.
But that's the thing.
Because you can't break. It's
Because
not
there's no
breaking the
there's no-
cycle.
there's no
and
The cycle's
Jack,
not breaking.
Jack, who does he
and-
lean on? Like you said,
Yeah.
who else does he lean on?
Greenwood.
What
But
experience? and what experience is around him?
That's
Because
what I
Greenwood's
mean.
is young G.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna.
So
What's he gonna show Greenwood?
where's Rom?
Yeah, but we know where he is.
Yeah,
Where's Big Rob?
But
Why
you
are
know,
you asking stupid questions?
but you know what? Here's the
Why
problem.
would you let Big Rum
No,
go?
but here's the problem. Here's the problem. You've got to either have an experienced manager or experienced players around.
Yeah.
And you got neither.
And we got neither. So the only really experience we got in the team is basically on outfield players is Matic and
Aye. Why's the hair look shell shocked
and
for?
what's his name?
De Gea?
No, outfield.
This is-
Young. Those are our main three.
That's a huge problem.
Because players like Valencia,
That's a huge problem because what you're doing is you're stunting the growth of your players.
100%. Because the
Exactly.
problem
Because
is
there's nobody there
the
to
problem
look-
is no one's there to teach
Exactly.
Rashford how to play. And,
Exactly.
And the problem is
He's
he's
actually
leaning on
talking sense.
Greenwood. And
It's true.
with
It's
all due respect, he's looking up boss to a Solskjaer. Solskjaer's a bench man for his life. Like Solskjaer don't know how to play 20 games in a
but see,
row.
this is where he starts going overboard.
No. Bro, am I being real? Am I being real or not?
I was just about to say, no, his life's done him good. And then a football flick over and comes out.
Hold on.
He can't help himself.
Hold on. Solskjaer don't know if
said
if
Solskjaer
wait, hold
don't know
on,
20
hold on.
games a
If
season,
Rashford said to man, how do you play week in week out and come back to form? Solskjaer would be like, I don't know.
A big legend, you know.
Bro,
But
it's
he has
true.
a point, though. He has a point.
Man don't know.
No, like that.
Man
Not
don't
like
play
that.
every
Not like
week.
that. Not like that. But like,
Man don't play every
no, wait,
week,
not
does
like
he?
that.
That's true.
When did he
Solskjaer's a
play?
legend, but you know what you're trying to say.
They're talking
you're not-
dirt on a legend's
You're not
name
looking
now.
at like the maddest. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, he's got a point. Imagine that you're in training, you're looking to your boss, you're like, bro, you play for 5 minutes each game.
Yeah,
And I'm
bro,
looking to you for advice.
Bro, Solskjaer,
But he's a deadly finisher.
Bro, Solskjaer, and he is, but still, you need to know how to listen. You need someone who was there, start to finish, like an Andy Cole or Dwight York, who can actually say, "How do you?"
I'll be
play
100%
week in, week out?
honest with you right now.
Because Solskjaer wasn't.
I know it's banter that everyone's going, oh, man, Zukic is a joke. You need someone like that.
100%. I'll take the man.
Bro,
100%.
no, but Chris.
I'll
there is
take,
an
I'll
experience.
take long stuff.
100%
I'll
you
take
need
all of them. I'll take long stuff.
You actually need that because
Both of them.
Both of
Hey,
them.
no, bro.
It's sad.
Today
It's
I
sad
was
that
looking at our
Callum
youth.
Wilson.
Bro, Pereira.
Horrible.
He's 26 or
Horrible.
24.
He's
sorry.
26.
No, he's 24.
Oh, but I say,
Yeah,
another links.
Bro, he's supposed to be doing a madness.
And it is,
Yeah,
so
but
he's
no, but
still-
he kind of is though.
He's not good
He is.
Technically, he's supposed to be doing a
I
madness.
remember telling you, man, that
The only
Jay
thing
Lings
that's
was no
changed
good,
is his
and you
hair
lot-
colour.
And you lot all thought Jay Lings was good. Even this guy, because he's watching up England.
No,
Daniel James is
they're not.
good.
They're not good
No.
enough.
I said Jay Lings, bruh.
I think
No,
when,
Jay Lings, sorry.
when I
Okay.
say that they're like not good or bad or whatever, we're just talking about.
They're not Man United standard.
Yeah, that's it.
No
That's,
way.
that's all we're really saying. Yeah,
Jay Lings is a good
that's what we're
player.
really saying. But a man likes Jay
but
Lings.
he's-
He'd definitely be your skipper.
Well, he wouldn't
100.
be a skipper
Hey, mate,
for us.
hey, yo,
because
I don't think so.
Yeah, Tom Kearney's our skipper, mate. Yeah, top bin City only. Top bins only, mate.
Did
That's
you win
what-
this weekend?
Tom
Drew,
Drew,
two.
two.
I was
against
watching.
Charlton.
yeah.
Niboya.
Fulham City sixth right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cold.
see, look
Two
at
points
that.
on
let's
top.
go.
You don't like that, do you?
Let's go.
We know a bit about the championship,
I
don't
know,
we?
yeah.
We know a bit, yeah.
Yeah, no, we did well. Yeah, we did well at the moment. We beat Reading 4-1 away in midweek.
Yeah, but they're mid-table fodder, innit?
Yeah, but you wins. Yeah, but so Newcastle relegation battlers and you lost 1-0 to them.
All right, calm down, mate.
Don't talk
It's funny.
to me.
It's funny though, yeah, because there's
You
not
know,
really.
you know, there's actually odds on United to go down.
Yeah,
Bro,
200 to 1.
bro.
Actually odds.
Is
And I
there?
might put money.
200 to 1.
And again, when
Get
I
your stocks and
Hey,
shares.
listen, yeah?
Put £2 on United.
Listen,
And we're
Hey,
free,
listen.
we're 350 to 1 to win
Last
the league.
month-
and 200 to 1 to go down.
listen to this.
that's mad.
Last month, yeah, I was in the barber shop, yeah.
Where?
My barber's like,
Get
"Yo,
the-
Jimmy, in." By the way, my barber doesn't even have an accent. But anyway, yeah. He's like, "Yo,
Why
Jimmy,
do
in."
you do it then?
Dunno. Yeah, yo, Jimmy, in. Where you think Man United gonna do this season? I said, "Right, we're not even getting top 6." Bear the shop
Is the
stopped.
barber even Caribbean?
Yeah, he is. Bear the shop. We're just laughing, innit?
Yeah.
Yo, CheekySport, you don't know nothing about football. You know talk about football. I goes, no, like we're not gonna finish top 6. I goes, nah, man. It's like, I'm like, there's a real crisis right now. He's like, hold on 1 second. And this is a true story. He went to the back and got his appointment book, yeah, and he says, write it right here and sign it as well. So I had to write. This is not.
How long ago is this?
This is not.
How long
This is
ago is
like last month. He made me write in the book, Man United will not finish top 6 this season with the date with the date, and he goes, and I signed my name, Big J, and he said, nah, man, put CheekySport on there as well. So I know it's you who put that there.
So that's why your chip's looking all dead right now.
I said, cool. Man, just put it there, bro.
Have you gone back to him
He's a
now?
Liverpool
What
fan.
are you saying now?
But he just laughed, bro. He's a
can't
Liverpool
believe
fan.
it.
He just laughing.
Can't believe it.
He just laughing. I just every time I go to the show,
So
I'm
let me
just like,
so let me ask you a question. Do you think Man United is more likely to get relegated and win the league this season?
Yes.
It's
yes.
crazy, isn't it?
bro.
Yes.
That can't happen.
yes.
It can't happen.
Of course.
That can't happen.
If there's a scale, all right, let's just keep it simple.
you're
yeah?
15 points
If
behind
there-
Liverpool
If
already.
there was on the right winning the league and on the left relegated, Man United are obviously closer to
Yeah.
this
You know the little circle charts they
There's
have?
the little basic circle. Mate, you just push that to the left, mate. They're going to get relegated.
Bro, you're 15 points
Bro,
behind
there's
Liverpool.
no
and
way.
It's been 8
Okay,
games.
can I just say?
Do you remember when you said if Man United win their first 10 games, they make them win the league? Look at you now. Do you know what?
That was after Chelsea.
You're an idiot.
Hey, listen,
You're
yeah.
a bloody
you know,
idiot.
and you know how every week we keep doing the predictions that Tariq keeps getting off us, innit? Yeah. Every week. Obviously, I predicted the last loss. I was like,
Who
this week-
DMs us about that?
Tariq. He's like one of the interns.
Oh, okay. Big up Tariq.
Big up Tariq, yeah.
Tariq.
So literally this week I saw Newcastle away. I was like, I want to put
1-0.
1-0. I want to put 1-0, but I know if I don't back my team, I'm gonna look like an idiot, yeah. So I put draw 1-1. Bro, some you in the comments is like, I don't like this Jermaine guy. He's always going against United. Bro, one brother added me. I said, right, yeah,
These
he added, man.
times you put the draw.
I put draw. He's still added, man. And what happened? We lost. So right now it's so bad that even Jack can't even be asked.
Run out of
It's not
stuff.
even bad. It's not even bad now. It's just
I can't
facts
even
now.
say
It's just
anything.
facts.
Let me ask you a question.
That's like laughing at a homeless person.
Yeah.
Like
You ain't got money.
You ain't got money. Like, it's like,
No, do you know what it's like? It's worse than that.
What are you doing?
No,
like?
it's like getting a packet of crisps and eating it in front of a homeless
Bro, it's
man.
like, what's the point?
That's what it's like.
So let me ask you a question then. Solskjaer, let's say Man United is like 16th by Christmas. Will he keep his job?
I love that we're even
No.
talking about this. No, he's
He
gone,
won't.
bro.
I don't. Can I be honest with you? I feel like if Liverpool,
Not if you want him to go.
No.
It-
I'll be real. Yeah, this is how I see this club, and this is how stupid it is, and this is gonna. If we get slapped up by Liverpool after international break,
It's funny because
I can see.
It's funny because Mourinho got sacked after Liverpool
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
another mad fact.
I swear to you, if Woodward sacked Solskjaer, I wouldn't be surprised because Woodward's that sort of impulse person.
No, but Solskjaer apparently has been given a free hit this season. Free
I
hit.
hope so, bro.
Free
How
hit getting in the
about
championship.
how about I hope so?
But I've always
How
said
about
that.
that?
I've always said.
How about
this
that?
game.
How
You
about
you hope
I hope
he
he
I
gets
does?
love
relegated.
this game.
Why?
No. I don't want him to
So
get
you hope-
relegated.
so you hope
I
he
just
gets
hope
sacked.
he finishes like
Why?
where I think
Look at
he's
these
gonna
two
finish.
United
Which is where?
fans.
Which is where?
Look at
Like
these two
10th,
United
11th,
fans
or
just
12th.
scoring.
Wait,
in
so
the
that
back.
means you want him to get sacked then?
No.
Bro.
You
If
just
he
said free
finishes
hit.
12th, he's sacked.
But I want him to get. I'd rather him get sacked in the summer than
Why?
mid-season.
What difference does it make? Why do you want that?
I just rather have a cool year, like. So cool.
I thought you meant free hit as in that they're going to let him have this season for the right.
That's what I thought. You
Look,
meant.
I've said it. Listen,
That's what I thought.
listen,
You meant.
listen,
Okay, about free hit. I'll play my favorite.
listen. I've said that. Wait, man, stretching mad. Hey, listen. What? Like I said, what's he doing?
Jack is job.
Hey, anyway, listen.
Yeah, go on.
With Man United and Chelsea, I always said, obviously Chelsea's not having a problem at the moment, but I always said, don't matter how much you like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Frank Lampard, if they finish bottom half of the league, they're both sacked. That's it. It's simple. Chelsea's not going to finish like that.
No, they might get
but,
some
mate,
for it.
but Solskjaer, it don't matter how much he's loved. And I'll be honest.
No, of course, I hear you.
And here's
But
the
with
problem.
me,
You know the problem with fan
with
base, yeah?
me, can I just say one thing?
Okay,
Let me just be
go
clear
on.
what I'm trying to say. You are right, of course, and they rightly so. They deserve to be sacked.
Why are we talking
But
about
can I
mid-table
just say one thing, though, Jack?
Did
Can I
they
just say one
cuss people
thing?
about
You're the one
The
who
only
brought
thing
it
I
up.
didn't like about this was, you see, when Mourinho got sacked,
Yeah.
things weren't great. But to me, bring in somebody better.
This
Don't
is
bring
what I
it.
said. This is what
Yeah,
I was saying. at
that's
the
what I'm
time.
saying is, yeah.
Because everyone's saying, "Oh well, look, now Mourinho should have said no." Because what you've done is you've replaced it with somebody that was voted the worst manager for Cardiff and was the manager of mould.
Don't
But
get me
Jack,
wrong.
but Jack,
How can you?
Don't you
The
think that
club's called mould.
that was fan pressure though.
No, Mourinho.
It was fan pressure. It was fan pressure. That's why you like it.
Listen, just to be clear.
That's why you like it. Because he likes the fact that the fans turned on Jose and Jose got
I know,
sacked.
but just to be clear, Mourinho got a huge W. He got quick payout, from his contract.
Yeah.
Huge payout.
He got a nice summer off.
After we just gave him a new contract.
And instead of putting someone on his level like an Ancelotti to potentially show him up, he's put a mould manager in there, and that's why. Why do you think Mourinho's doing up Paddy Power adverts all confidently now? Because man's like, now you know, man is a trill manager. I'm a trill
Remember
manager.
when he said second was his greatest achievement? Everyone was laughing.
And he was.
Bro, we got like 82 points. 82 with that team. 82 points.
You see the meme that's going around of the ball guy. The guy's like, I'm worried that I'm gonna lose my job, and it's just like someone's like added his face.
So
It's like,
That's mad.
I see that one.
So to me, if
you're gonna laugh at that.
To me,
so.
I would rather just sack Solskjaer when we know there's a proper plan.
But do you feel the problem is that?
And there's a football
But do you
director.
feel the problem is?
Hey, listen, you know what it is? One time I was talking to Chris about football. Chris is like, how come you ain't got your football director? I goes, bro.
They got Raul in it.
Yeah. And Edu and somebody else.
Vinny.
Yeah, and I goes.
Bro, don't laugh about it. You sound Pepe. He ain't do nothing.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Saka.
I'm not mad at it. But
Okay.
listen.
Okay.
Even Martinelli weren't even too bad as
He's
well.
hard. Young Romario.
Yeah, he's looking hard.
Young Romario.
Wait.
Don't say that. Don't say stuff like that.
So anyway, I was saying.
Wait, let me show you quickly.
What is it? Oh, yeah. Show it to
Let me
Chris. I've
unconnect
seen
it.
it.
Let me unconnect.
So all I was saying is if Solskjaer goes, I just want them to pattern that. Like,
All right, let me just ask you a quick question.
Manager.
Do you feel United fans? Yeah. Do you feel?
No, I'm panicking. Don't panic. No, I am because I'm going to lose my job.
But do you feel? Look, with Man United, do you feel fans?
that joke.
Obviously, there's a big fan base. You're talking about toxicity, yeah. There's fans at the moment who you're saying, don't keep sacking the manager. You're not good. Nothing's
not
gonna
good,
be
yeah, it's not good.
But do you feel they're only saying that because it's a loved person in Solskjaer?
No.
Because, no.
They don't care
The reason
who
I'm
it is.
asking you that is because Mourinho is an easy person to hate when things aren't going well because he wasn't a likable
He's not a nice
character.
person.
He wasn't a likable character.
He's a villain. He's a
villain. So he's a guy who, when things aren't going well,
let me tell you
it's
something.
not like you're going to be like, but I like him as a man.
For me,
you don't,
it's not.
people don't like
all
him.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, I don't think the fans even look at Solskjaer like that. I just think they're just sat.
You sure?
They still love
For what he done in the
I feel
treble
like they
year,
still-
you
I feel
mad?
like
Well, you
they
said
still love him. They still love him.
you said how can you tell a man about 20 games?
Yeah, but I still love him as a legend.
Still love him.
I still love him as a
Yeah, but
legend.
you be
Bro,
disrespectful.
that's not disrespectful.
No,
That's
you don't-
facts.
no,
Wait, didn't your home kit commemorate 20 years of the 99 season? And this is how you're performing.
Bro, if you're doing that, bro.
I'll tell you that. Even from when I saw that, big up Man United, yeah. But
Oh,
even when I saw that,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, pick
know.
up Man
my
United.
ties,
Bro,
my ties.
bro.
But even when I saw that, I just went.
Bro.
Has-beens.
Bro.
How could you be such has-beens, yeah? You put the glory days on your top, like, hey, yo, remember that time?
Even like
time.
Preston or
Looking
Fabian.
at Spurs.
Bro, Solskjaer's doing that. Bro, come on. Like,
And then they put the minutes of the goal, Jack.
Yeah,
They put the
yeah,
minutes of the...
What is this on the top?
yeah.
Yeah, it's on the
it's
top,
in
bro.
But bro,
Oh, man.
Solskjaer's doing up. Like I said, like if you look at his appearances, it's like 10 and then in brackets 81 or something.
Rude. Bare rude.
It's facts though.
Don't let that go over your head. You know?
Alright, listen.
Anyway.
Alright, listen. So let's move on. Let's move on to our next manager.
Former manager in the FIFA
Very
team.
rude.
What I want to talk about very quickly is the two long stuff brothers.
Long staff.
Yeah,
Long
what
staff.
about you? Don't want to
Long
talk about
stuff.
them. You just talk
I
about
do.
them.
No. I'm not even gonna cuss. It's so nice to see something like that. To see two brothers after the game, both playing centre mid together.
Yeah.
Your brother just scored in his debut.
debut and
Do you
that.
know what?
That's
I saw
actually
that.
mad though, I ain't
Bro,
gonna lie,
I
that's
saw
mad.
that.
Sit there
I
gassing.
saw
That's
that.
hard, that's
I
hard.
saw that. I was like, yeah, this is what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And he just says, like, I can't believe it. I scored at the Gallagher end. And he's just saying, like, you know what I mean? The guy
They're
looked like.
Geordies,
The
isn't
guy
it?
looked like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm gonna
But you know
perfect
what?
it.
But you
That
know
was
what?
sick,
proper
though.
sick,
But you know
though.
what?
That was sick,
And
though,
you know
I'm not gonna lie,
what? You know
man.
what? Big
That
up Steve Bruce as well because he's been getting even before
Yeah.
that. Even before he
He
came
was
to
the
the
worst
club.
manager before, like statistically, before that game.
Yeah, but
No,
still.
give him
but-
respect.
but
No,
look,
give
you
him
have to give him a bit of
respect.
respect.
You know what I like about him? He came in and he in turmoil. Obviously, Newcastle's like the worst club to manage for obvious reasons, and he was just positive. He loves the club. Obviously, he's a Geordie himself. And Newcastle fans, I was looking at comments. Newcastle fans didn't even give him a chance. I was
He's
like,
not popular.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's not popular, but give
It's
him
because of
give
his
it-
time at Sunderland.
I know,
though.
but give him.
exactly.
I know, but give him the opportunity.
And his
like,
managerial
he's
career.
not done too
And that
bad.
as well.
And he had to
Bro,
report.
No,
and Rafa
bro,
as well.
listen. You wouldn't have said this after they got slapped up 5-0 last week against them.
No, I said that
Facts.
before, bro.
No,
I
but
said
we
that
said
before the Man United game.
yeah.
I said that before the Man United
I don't know if
game.
you see some
Do you know
of
why?
his
Do
press
you
conferences.
know what?
No, before Man United, if you see his press conferences though, he's kind of like he's a good manager.
Yeah,
a
but
good manager. I
he's
like
not a
him.
good manager. He's a good
No,
man.
he's a good person.
man.
Yeah, that's
He's a
what I'm
good
trying to say.
man.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're saying about who's good guys
Yeah,
and
it's
who
about
isn't. It's
management.
about getting
Well, it
results
is
in this
good.
league.
Oli Solskjaer's
Oh,
the
you
one.
don't say that, eh?
No, listen
But
to-
when
but
you know
what
what's
I got-
talking about, I got a bad boss, Mourinho's horrible till his staff and all
Yeah,
that.
but that's
You
different.
weren't
That's like-
talking about
yeah,
that
but
then.
we're talking
it's
about-
so-
yeah, but-
imagine going to work and your boss is rude to you.
No, but that's
You
two
don't give a
different.
damn about
but
my boss.
but that's two different extremes,
different,
though.
that's
That's two
different.
different extremes.
Oh, no.
Listen,
All
what
right.
I'm gonna give
Okay.
Bruce props for. He gets it. The guy is clearly he's from the area. He's
gets
put
it.
two young Geordies in the central midfield, which is very risky to
The
do.
engine.
The engine room of two young, like one of them's 19, one's 21, I think, or 18,
Oh, they're
21.
both that young, yeah?
Yeah, bro, they're young. They're young.
Living
And
the
then they've
dream.
got Andy Carroll up top, Geordie boy, born and
Yeah,
bred.
proper good.
So to see that, I think he understands it. He's clocked that,
Lascelles through the middle as
It's,
well.
yeah.
Through the back.
You have to
middle.
play players that are, going to
care.
die for,
Yeah.
Die for the- yeah, that's
die
what
for
you
the
need.
team,
Yeah.
especially when you're on that position in the
So
league.
big him up.
And I think big up to,
but Jack,
Bruce for that.
hasn't Man United done the same thing with McNulty and
Yeah,
Rashford?
McTominay, but exactly, they've tried to.
They tried to.
They've tried to.
Oh, by the way, I like Scott.
But the
McTominay.
pressure, but the pressures are different at Man United to Newcastle.
And can we
bro.
just say,
the pressures are different?
McTominay and James are the two out non-defenders. I think that really it's hard to give.
Who's the other
criticism to.
the Trailblazer? What's his name?
Don't say
Tunzebe.
Chong.
Who?
Tunzebe.
No, not Chong. The Trailblazer. What's his name?
Pereira.
No, man, Trailblazer.
Tunzebe.
Who?
That's it, Tunzebe.
No, but he's a defender.
He's alright though. He's alright still.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
he's
midfield.
what-
I'm talking
he's
about
what-
midfielders.
he's
Oh,
He
what happened to
looked
what happened to
alright,
Maguire that
Man
game?
United,
What happened
yeah.
to Maguire? Miss an absolute
Missed some. I'm
sitter.
about to say missed that.
Well, 85 mil, yeah.
He ain't bought for
Wait,
scoring goals.
Chris, remember we had that argument? 85 mil, yeah.
Yeah.
Look here.
85 mil.
Anyway,
What did I say,
let's-
40?
Let's talk about Man United's next manager, Pochettino. I'm joking.
Stressing.
Mate, the
Another one
stress
stressing.
is real.
So obviously last week we was talking about the Colchester game, and then obviously right after we recorded the podcast, we had the Bayern 7-2,
Woo! Hey, Nabs. Serge Nabs. Ran riot.
and then
But
to make
what I
matters
love,
worse, they
what I
lose to
love,
Brighton.
sorry, before we get onto it, what I love is how Arsenal fans vicariously lived through Bayern Munich
No, but it was-
and Serge Gnabry. Like, that's
Even
the
though-
that's
even
the
though-
you know why?
Even though
You know
Bayern's
why?
touched, how
That's
many
it.
times has
You know why?
Bayern touched you in the
Exactly.
Champions
that's the
League?
biggest that's the biggest
Exactly.
W.
5-1.
That's the biggest
And
W
man was
Arsenal have
laugh-
had.
Mans were laughing at us.
That's the
Not
biggest. That's
touched.
the.
Not realising. And you know what my brother tried to say? My brother Messi tried to say, this ain't vintage Bayern. This ain't vintage Munich. This is at half time. They went and smacked them up 7.
Do you know what made me laugh? Now, do you know what made me
vintage
laugh?
to me.
Arsenal fans were like, I said something like, Arsenal got smacked 10-2, so why are they laughing at
Yeah,
it?
you're
true.
just total.
And Arsenal fans were like, that was over 2 legs, and they got, and also
Innit?
two
All the
suspensions.
ties came out.
Yeah.
We did.
I love that. As soon as he,
Damn straight.
this is what he said. Don't tap the table.
I said don't tap
And
the
you lot are
table.
going back, all three of you.
The emergency.
That's me, that's me.
Alright, to be.
But it's the fact I said don't tap the table.
And it's-
Oh, it's fine because they're still going, isn't it?
We're still going anyway.
no,
Let's go.
Listen,
I'm
we're
sorry.
technical difficulties.
No, he's still going. He's going to run that.
Hey,
Go on,
no.
carry on.
10-2. No, sorry.
No, listen
That
to me,
is
listen
very,
to-
very funny.
What I loved is that
they were like,
when
oh.
he tweeted North London is red, every Arsenal fan just like,
Bro, he was cussing
boners
you, man.
everywhere.
He was cussing you, man.
They were like, oh my God, what on? He tweeted that. Screenshot, put it on Twitter. Oh, this is, inject it into my veins. You know when these football fans like, inject
Hey, I
it.
swear. I said to you,
Yeah, you know them ones.
football fans are the worst.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Football fans are.
You know one thing?
Yeah, find it.
Go on
yeah,
then, Q.
find
At the
it.
moment.
Find me
I'm not gonna
Fabinho.
lie,
all these
I'm
accounts.
not gonna lie though. Them German Twitter accounts, they go off on one still. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bayern Munich Twitter account done something like some like school kids running.
Yeah,
And they were like when Bayern Munich come to North London. Bro, them man were laughing. They were just
They
like,
love it
"Where
because
we
that's
come?"
the fact. The maddest
Bro.
thing is the Germans have no sense of humour. So to see these accounts always
Their
they what?
accounts are popping.
They're
fam.
popping.
They scored 17 goals in 3 games against the last 3
Bro.
games against North London. North
London
London
teams.
opposition.
Bro.
Oh, it is. Oi.
I like how you two are laughing.
No, that is funny. That is funny.
Hey,
that
do you
is
know what I
funny.
love? You know
That is
Toby,
funny.
yeah?
It's the way. It's
Toby hasn't got a hairline. I've seen his hairline go even further back. There's nothing there now. It's done. I see every higher tap it, Toby.
Hey, remember
And
this-
again.
Hey,
You know
Jack,
Tariq,
Jack.
you know Tariq we're talking about. Oh no, wait. Oh shit. You know Tariq we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's a Spurs fan as well.
Oh, my, that's him. Yeah.
he's perfect.
All right, listen. You know when you can't hear the voice. It's just that monotone and sad, like expressions. And I ain't heard a cheese blood in a long time.
But you know what? Can I?
In a long time. Remember that Jack and the Beanstalk? You were saying that
at the shop. He's at Nando's and man are violated. He didn't even know who they were.
Oh, you know. Oh, listen, that fact that him and Rance, the brothers are taking hella L's right now.
L's, innit?
Bare L's. I love them both very much, but
can we just talk
bare
about?
L's.
Can we just talk about what do you think the
up
problem
next,
is?
my brother.
What do you think the
Bro,
problem is? at Spurs?
bro, it's just
Because
stale.
obviously, can we just be clear? The scandal's rubbish, then. Yeah,
Yeah, scandal's
rubbish.
Funny, yeah.
But the
Well,
football-
I'll tell you what.
Well-
Something's happening.
yeah, the football's
I'll
rubbish.
tell you what. I don't know about you, man, but someone's missus is doing something.
What you think?
I mean,
Imagine moving now.
bro, I've heard a couple stories. Let's put it that way.
But let me
I've
say.
heard a few
Yeah, let me
stories.
stories.
Let me
thank
say,
you, Jack.
whichever drunk Arsenal fan that randomly made that story and somehow it went viral. Because think that's all it pretty was, just like
It
a
probably
random
was.
Yeah,
Arsenal
but still,
fan
here he
thinking,
is.
yeah,
But still,
let's write something.
Jermaine, he's back in the Noah Keane. He's back.
He's back in
He's
the
back.
know.
He's back with a
Bye,
bang.
TK.
Trying to get that verified badge.
But look.
I ain't gonna lie, Spurs.
I'm looking.
Spurs are struggling.
Tottenham,
Bro.
Tottenham is struggling. They obviously got smacked up by Brighton, but I still think
Bro.
they'll finish above Arsenal, Man United anyway this season.
Oi, bro.
Man United, yeah.
Don't talk
Bro.
about
Man
Arsenal.
United, yeah, not Arsenal.
No,
Nah,
Oi, listen.
above Arsenal.
You see that Connolly guy? He looks like someone you play on five-a-side.
Who, Aaron?
Aaron Connolly. He
Oh,
looks like a
you're
five-a-side
you're
player.
mocking it. You're
He
mocking
looks
it.
like,
Nah,
bro.
I'm
He's
mocking
look.
DJ's like a rebar version of him. That Daniel James player.
No.
No.
Cuss it.
Aaron Connolly looks like a five-a-side player. I'm telling
So
you.
what's Daniel James look like then?
That is so funny.
It's true, though, isn't it?
It's 100%.
It's true. He
Nah,
looks like
Connolly
someone
hard. I
that
thought
he's got
Connolly
quick
was hard.
Bro, running
feet.
the
Quick
cage.
feet. He's got
Yeah,
quick
quick
feet.
feet.
Yeah, quick feet or
I
something
thought he
like
was
that.
hard.
Oh, he's got a good touch for a stocky bloke. You know them ones.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, Brighton before that game. In fact, still after the game, I still think they're gonna get relegated. anyway.
Bro, do you know
They're
how
still
mad
gonna
it
get
is?
relegated.
For
So
look-
I'm shocked that Tottenham and Man United lost to two of the four worst sides in the Premier League. That's the maddest thing. That is the maddest
But that's
thing.
Prem though, isn't it?
That's the
the
maddest
Prem, bro.
thing.
What was shocking was City losing at home to bloody Wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Get onto that in a bit. Let's still.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
That is shocking.
But Lloris,
So yeah,
Lloris.
bro,
That could be a
I don't know
career
about you,
ending.
man. Yeah,
that could be
no,
career
no,
ending.
bro,
Calm down.
bro.
What are you
His
doing?
arm,
Look
no,
at
his
that
arm,
Daily
man.
Star. Look at that Daily Star gossip.
No, I'll be real.
I reckon that could end his
I'll be
career.
real. You know that when you
He's
see
back 2
when you
weeks,
see them
man.
mad injuries,
What
like
about-
think,
what
yeah,
about-
he
what
might
about
not come
Sherwood?
back.
Cisse, yeah, Sherwood, Cisse. Remember that when Cisse you saw
Yeah,
his
yeah,
leg
yeah,
all bent mad?
No, it's not Sherwood's joke.
Whoa. Bro, he dislocated his
No,
elbow.
Bro, a dislocated elbow. You'll be back in a couple of months.
But it's just the way it looks when
I
it
know,
landed.
yeah.
You know when
Bro.
you just see the image of it. You know what I'm
man.
talking about?
They did-
It's the way it was bent. Oh, it
Innit,
looked,
man? Mate.
Oh, it looked mad.
Did you see
He's
when
doing a
when
stanky
Laurie
leg.
said, "Oh, if he could put both his hands up"?
No, I didn't even see
Not Laurie.
that.
Yeah, Tim Sherwood said it.
I
Yeah.
didn't even see that.
Oh Christ!
Bro, but that's the maddest thing is from that he actually
They're-
conceded as well.
They're doing analysis, and he goes, "Oh, well, I mean, if he could put both his hands up, his
His
arms already done it. It's already busted by him." Sherwood, you're ruthless, my guy.
That's kind of rude.
ruthless. But bro, now they got what's his name? Gaza.
Gazinga.
Gaza can't say the last name because that's.
Gazinga.
'cause I'm-
Is it Gazinga? Yeah. Gazinga.
no.
alright,
it's-
he's alright.
It's Gaza and then have a guess.
Yeah, don't worry.
Like
Yeah.
Zinger.
Say it then.
Nah,
Why not?
listen, mate. I don't know what these people are like out there. Cancel City.
Cancel Giant. Yeah.
Bro, that's his name.
Cancel Fulham.
That's his name.
No,
I don't
man.
know.
Listen, mate.
That's
You
his
know what
name.
these guys are like? They'll cut it up and just say, here, just you know what I mean? And they just have that
Edit.
aim, and they be like,
Even Chris might do that.
yeah,
Even Chris might do
There's
that.
some wizards out there still.
yeah. Trust me, they can make it sound like I'm.
So look, do you feel, obviously some people said the statement that the likes of like Eriksen or Harry Kane, they're unambitious if they stay at Tottenham. Do you feel
Facts.
it's an unambitious thing, or do you feel there's loyalty in staying?
No.
Yes, but I think I don't.
Oh,
think,
all of a sudden you're saying that, but when Van Persie moved,
Yeah, but
it wasn't.
Eriksen didn't
You
wanna
didn't like
stay.
it, did
Where
you?
was one of the biggest clubs in the world?
Yeah, but it was unambitious
We're
for
one
him
of
to
the
leave,
biggest-
then, yeah?
That was.
Huh?
Yeah, that was. He
Bro,
he
that-
snaked us.
It's not.
he didn't
snake
snake you.
Bro, is that not the biggest contradiction? What
No,
man's saying?
he snaked us.
I just asked, man, is it unambitious?
Are you football freak?
Bro, he went
Listen,
on to win the
snaked
Premier
us.
League.
He
Exactly.
snaked us.
How?
didn't snake
How did
you.
he snake you?
He was at the club for 7
Arsene
years.
Wenger
for
snaked
7
you.
years.
Yeah.
For 5 out of 7, he was injured.
I'm gonna believe him
Five.
over your story, mate.
I'm in love when he says
Van
that.
Persie said his story the other day. I
Yeah.
believe
But
him
and you
over
believe
your
that, yeah?
Yeah, of course
Are you
you do.
dumb?
Yeah, I
Are you
do.
stupid?
Yeah, I
Well,
do.
after we gave the man
20 times.
he's dumb. We offered him 120 bags a week.
times.
We offered him 120 bags a week, yeah?
Bro.
No. I'm not
paid
hearing Van
4 and
Persie. Crap
4
on
and
you
7.
skunk. Van Persie, you're a skunk making them lies up on TV as well. You're disrespectful for
Bro,
that.
do
He
you know
knows
what?
it.
So what meeting were you in?
Shut your mouth,
What
Jai.
meeting were you in?
Exactly, Giant.
What meeting were you
Oh,
in?
but we can talk about other football
Grace.
things. All of a sudden it comes to contract.
Grace,
Now,
Grace, 7 seasons, he played 4 of them. I think 4 or 5 of those seasons for
He
Arsenal.
was injured for 5 of them.
Wait,
Nah, rubbish.
Oi, Van
5 of them he
Persie
played.
carried your
Rubbish.
team for
Rubbish.
years.
Played for 5.
What? Van Persie-
He was tired.
I said that you're
He
full
was
of fun.
tired.
He's a full of fun.
He was
He don't know.
tired. His back
Van
was
Persie
hurting
carried out
from
his
carrying
business.
your
He was
team.
injured for 5 out of 7, you thickos. Are you dumb? Do you hear what I just said? Are you man dumb or something?
That's dumb. That's dumb.
Jesus
he played for almost every year. apart from 2
Innit? He's
years
chatting
he didn't
rubbish.
play. 2 years. You don't know.
He carried your team.
For 18 months.
Carried your
Don't let me
team.
bring up
listen,
that.
listen.
Do you know why he was injured all the time? Because he kept breaking his back carrying your
Exactly,
team.
exactly.
That's why.
You know,
Carrying your
Without
team.
Van Persie, you'd have finished like 8th or 9th.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mate,
Persie, you're
you might
skunk.
have been relegated, mate.
Chai.
listen.
Bro, you had who did you have that Brazilian guy in
Listen, man,
midfield?
let's talk.
Which one?
Let's
What, the
talk about-
Nilsson?
The Nilsson.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
He was good before he went to
What's his
Arsenal.
name? Who was that? Squillaci. You had Squillaci as well. All these guys. Squillaci. Squillaci, you know.
Squillaci.
It sounds like a big shot. Skia.
Oi, listen,
man.
man. There's something I'm trying to sing.
Go on.
Dama Traore.
Dama
I love City.
You know Traore, he is the fastest henchman I've ever seen in my
Why
life.
does he?
Why?
Why is he?
His celebration's the best though.
You know when he celebrates, he's like,
Yeah. Like they're probably cheating.
yeah. We get
Jane and Jim.
it. He's like Arms Corleone, bruv. You know that? You know Arms Corleone?
Corleone, bro. Bro,
Yeah.
with the plats. I don't think that's the plats. That's going to be
Yeah.
cheating. That's always, when he scores, he's like,
I swear he's one of the fastest players in FIFA as
He
well.
is. He's 99 or
Bro,
something.
why is he so fast?
is he?
Look, he's so hench and so fast.
It actually looks kind of stupid.
It looks bare weird. But that's the thing. When he goes on a run, you ain't getting the
There
ball
was
off
one
him.
clip where you see Sterling trying to outrun him.
The way he what he done to out was Michael Sterling ain't slow either.
Bro, he's chased out Sterling just
Boom, yeah. Straight
Get out of the way.
It just look mad. Oh yeah, big
Bro,
up, big up.
City,
yeah,
mate.
City, man.
Do you know what? This is what they get for. Because
Why
I
you saying big up
I
City?
wanted to ask you something though, because they were saying that they reckon
Pep
that
out?
company no.
He
They're
was
saying that
Pep
company,
manager
because
It's
company's
trending
not
on
around.
Twitter, you know that. Pep out was Twitter.
Oh, that's just a banter though, isn't it?
Nah,
Yeah, it's
what
did he
banner,
say?
bro. It's banner.
People getting upset that they're 8 points behind already.
That's banter. Forget that.
Right,
I'm
no,
talking-
no,
I'm
it's
talking
not.
about company because I want to talk about like that loss of the change room, because we was talking about when he went to Anderlecht already as well.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's that much of a major loss, like him not being there? What do you reckon? I'm just being real.
Why is he playing this?
Is it out now?
Man's playing this on this.
Copyright,
Hey, what- look,
Oh,
hey,
copyright.
No, they're just doing.
Camera still.
Just doing the
Don't
intro.
matter.
Go on, yeah.
We still
Couple
running.
art lars, couple Carlins.
That's gonna be hard, man.
I listen. Every shisha cafe, lock off, lock off.
Hey, Jack, you're terrible.
But with Man
47,
Yeah,
baby.
do you reckon with the fact that company's not in that dressing room no more? Do you reckon it?
Of course, it makes a
Nah,
difference.
but-
But then they've had a.
I don't know why I thought it
No, but they're
wouldn't.
missing a porter though as well. Like,
Yeah,
they're
because
missing
look,
Chico.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, do you see how Otamendi got done?
Them skills?
Bro,
The way Otamendi
Jimenez
got
got
done.
turned inside out, man. Wrapped him up like a
That
fish and
was
chips,
beautiful.
mate.
That was
Oh,
beautiful.
do you want it open or wrapped? Wrapped.
yeah,
I'll wrap
wrap,
you.
please,
I will
wrap,
wrap
yeah.
you.
Oh, put on that.
Oh,
Salt
bro,
and
you know
vinegar,
what?
salt and vinegar, boss.
That's one of my favourite
That's
questions.
vinegar.
I love it when they ask me that.
Well, open.
Wrap,
Yeah.
wrap or close? I say,
Open or wrap?
open or wrap, bro.
So I don't know, bro.
Open, boss, for later. Hey, man, you know when you're
Some-
like,
Man opens the way he's walking anyway.
open.
Man opens it. Rip. He's had a little quick turn. Little turn.
The play gets home to the family.
Oh, I can't wait any longer.
1-2 chip.
Oi, no, I'm not gonna lie.
If you don't have salt and vinegar on
Hey,
your
this
chips and
weekend-
fish and chips,
Yeah, this weekend, man, needs to get the open. I had that in time. I have not had open chips in
Yeah,
time.
open chips is bad.
What a little
Still.
cone thing.
Yeah,
you-
cone
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
With a roast got a stick.
Hard.
you know with them, they're so deceptively big. Like they put them in, you're like, right, there's so many
There's bare
chips
chips in it.
Bare chips.
Stab it
Hey,
every
I
time.
might get one tonight.
Hey,
yeah,
bro, salt and vinegar. Bro, that's actually jokes. When they had that in time.
Hi.
Vinegar
That's my
bangs still
favourite.
when you add the vinegar.
I always end up being full though. Anyway,
You talk about man can't put lemon on food, Joe.
Who?
you
Who puts lemon on
said-
food, man?
Yo, ace,
Ah,
man.
you're one of them sprinkler guys. Ah, shut up.
Yeah, moving like Salt Bay.
All over my calamari.
Calamari.
Yeah, it's all fun against to the kidney stones turn up.
Calamari rings and tomato. Alright, cool.
You're pissing stones through your belly.
Where's
You
this
know
guy
what-
going?
Yeah, I don't know.
Geezer,
Anyway,
that camera's long done. Yeah, it's done.
doing?
That one's done.
which one?
Hey, it's doing a Harlem Shake, the camera. What's going on?
Alright, cool.
We've been like some Chicago drill video. Yeah.
Alright, so just
I
to
got a win. huh?
Just to tell the viewers, yeah? Alright, so talking about Man City, going back to Man
Yeah,
City.
sorry, back to the.
Right. So Man City, I feel the first half they played really, really poorly. They deserve to win, though, the game.
I didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
I
they
can't.
They deserve to win the game. But end of the day, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What do you think the problem actually was, though? Do you feel it was just the fact that it was just one of them freak games where they...
They're
I-
missing De Bruyne a bit not playing as well as a big loss.
No, but
Like, Silva hit the bar.
I feel he didn't.
Aguero missed
no,
a
but
few chances.
I feel he
like-
did. I feel they didn't like respect. Not saying they didn't respect Wolves, but they probably thought Wolves.
It was a
coming
free
back
just
game,
come back from
bro.
Besiktas. yeah.
Thursday, Besiktas. It's not like they went to France, you know. They went.
Yeah,
Turkey.
they were far, man. They went
They went
Turkey.
Turkey away
They
on
won it.
Thursday
Istanbul,
night.
bro.
One tough
Man.
away win against Besiktas. Came back here to play the
4 straight
champions,
wins. I
and
thought they were
still,
having a bad
bro, they won
season as
2-0.
well.
They won 2-0. I can't remember the time that Pep has not scored. That Man City have not scored at home. In
Yeah, that's
in the
mad.
Premier League.
That's mad.
It's a very
Like
long time for him.
2-0, you know. So
Well, it's not,
personally,
but, yeah.
personally, people are now obviously starting to speculate. Will it even be a 2-horse race? As in, is Liverpool going
always
to run
a
away
two-horse
from it?
race. It's
Don't
always-
you worry, Liverpool
'cause-
ain't got
no,
the
let's-
minerals.
Let's be real here.
Nah, Liverpool winning this
We've
league.
seen how Liverpool. No, I do think Liverpool.
Liverpool
win
ain't got the
league.
minerals.
But we've seen them scraping wins.
Bro,
though,
let me
innit?
ask you
They're
another question.
wins.
Let me ask you another question then.
That pen.
So if they beat Man United,
That was-
hold on.
Good dive, yeah.
Hold on. If they beat Man United,
was a dive
if they
still.
beat Man United and City lose
No, no,
again,
when-
and they're 11
no,
points
okay,
clear,
okay.
and they're 11 points clear, what do you say then? If they're 11 points clear,
11
in 2
points. Nah, still no.
So what does it have to be? 15 plus?
Akeem.
Maybe.
I'm asking.
Akeem.
Yeah.
Liverpool and Spurs, yeah, them man are bottlers for the last 30 years. Trust me.
Bro, he won the
Bro, I
Champions
don't think
League.
this Liverpool
They
team
won the
are like
Champions
That's their
League.
team. That's their team.
Akeem, remember?
That's their team.
Remember,
Just the same way
Akeem,
Spurs win the
Akeem.
Carling Cup. That's their team.
Akeem, remember?
Well, what?
Liverpool are the only team to be top by Christmas and still lose the league.
Exactly.
No other
No, but
team's ever done that.
remember, 97 points is the third highest total in Premier League history.
Who got second?
And they got second.
And they got
And
second.
they got second.
They got second. Huh?
Is that-
Bro,
but
so the
it's-
highest points total ever was by
But-
Man
but-
City when they got 100
Yeah,
points.
so what was the second?
The
last
second
year?
one was Man City who got
Bro,
98.
they got 17 straight
But to
wins.
be fair though, is that
Bro,
is that-
they're
is
on
that just
17.
But to
Yeah,
be
no,
fair,
I'm not classing that crap.
Wait,
over
wait,
two
wait.
seasons.
Yeah, let Akeem
no
talk.
respect.
That's dumb. That's
But
dumb.
respectfully though, that is just bad luck in that sense.
Poor.
Bro, come on.
It's
Yeah,
not-
because
yeah,
any other
it's-
year they would have won it. So
Bro,
I'm saying-
every other year they would have
Major
won it.
bad luck.
Every other year, apart from the year
That's
that Man City
major
got
bad luck,
100
bro.
points, they would have won the league.
Bro,
and
that's
now we got segue to and the reason why I said
And the reason,
Yeah.
and the reason why,
Great
you both
segue
know-
there,
can I say-
King.
can I say
Great
one thing?
segue there,
Before-
King.
Let me just hold the segue. Let me just hold the segue.
You trying to,
No, no,
you
no,
don't
no,
want to
no,
see.
no,
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
don't want to
no,
see
no,
you
wait.
winning.
Oh my days.
My day
My
is.
days. Let me talk.
I don't know
I'm
none
gonna
of this
say,
music.
you see, in this points lead, do they still have to play City twice?
Yeah.
yeah,
But what
they
if City
could beat them
both
as well.
times?
Bro,
They could beat them.
genuine.
They could beat them.
So if they beat them, that's what? How many?
If
That's
they beat-
that's
if-
14
If
Listen.
they beat him, it's game over.
They beat them at
Listen.
Etihad. I swear to you.
Genuine question.
Yeah, if they beat
Genuine.
them at Etihad, it's game over.
Genuine question.
I'm damn scared.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Listen, you lot.
Sorry.
Genuine question. Do you reckon Liverpool could go unbeaten all season?
No.
No.
Touch
No
wood.
chance.
No.
Because remember,
I don't even need
listen,
touch wood.
listen to me. Remember, last year they only lost one game. in the
Don't
Premier
matter.
League.
They ain't winning doing that this
They're not
season.
doing that this season.
Bro, 8
They'll-
wins in a
They'll
row.
lose 2 this season.
They ain't doing
18
that.
in a row now.
No
It's
one's
so-
Arsenal, Jack. No, I'm not having all this over 2 seasons
Don't
rubbish,
say-
man.
No,
No,
it is
but
over
it's
2
not
seasons
rated,
now.
it's
No,
not
over
rated.
2 seasons matter.
18 wins
And
in a row.
2019 matters as well. That's
18
never
wins in a
factored.
row.
That's another thing.
2019
Bro,
matters.
one more win and
They
they've
should
been
start-
equal
All in
to
this
broken
year.
the
They
record.
should
It's all
start.
in
They
this
should
year,
start
bro.
counting them things until they win the league. Then they start saying unbeaten this game. Then they can start saying 38 unbeaten.
Bro, you
39
were going
but
to talk about
what about the
Invincibles
year? What
before it
about the year,
happened.
Bro, you were sharp
look at
about
the
it.
Won the league.
And it happened 52 years ago,
Won the
mate.
league. Then we started talking about
What
it.
was your points tally?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
81.
yeah.
Man was at 81, 15
49 unbeaten, but
15
35 were
goals.
draws.
Robert Perez diving in the
what was
88.
that?
Yeah, 35 draws.
What did the main stats say? What did the main stats say? It said 0.
30.
No,
Yeah.
that's not
L's 0.
No,
L's
no.
0.
Yeah, it said 0 L's,
Zero.
but
Jack,
35 draws. 35 draws, mate.
I won the league.
That's what you had.
I won the league
35
title,
draws.
yeah? So that only makes sense.
Yeah.
Chatting
What was your
absolute
points
wet.
tally that season, though?
80 points. 80
It was a
points.
90. Don't chat rubbish.
So check it.
No,
87.
You should be embarrassed, mate.
87.
15 draws. Perez diving in the 88th minute against Bournemouth.
Drew the last 4 games because we won the league.
And Portsmouth.
Because we won the league. You know what I'm saying? So,
Anyway, the reason why I want to
Finish strong.
segue about the team that we never talk about, Chelsea.
No, we have to talk about Liverpool as well.
No, I know, but
We barely
just
talked
talk
about
about Chelsea first.
Yeah, yeah.
Respectfully, though, they're doing quite well.
Bro, they're doing their thing, I can't lie.
They play no one
Can they
yet.
battle? Can they battle?
They play no one
Can
yet.
they battle for the top
They
two?
play Liverpool.
Yeah.
and lost.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what?
so what? I'm Man United.
Man United
lost.
And they're still where they are.
Exactly.
Respect.
So they've lost to two. They've lost to one.
Bro,
good
you don't
team
have to
and
be the
one-
top
one
six.
horrible.
Bro,
team.
you're such a
bro,
mug.
bro, you
You're
have-
such a fool. I hate Chelsea, but we had to give them props.
Exactly.
Jack, I
We
can't-
have
Jack,
to give them
I
props.
can't hear you, bro. You said he's gonna finish 4 points below Arsenal last season. So what? Your
I said 4
opinion's
places. 4 places.
Valid.
4 places.
Invalid.
So what are you? Wait, hold on, Chris.
Wait.
What
That's
are
got
you
nothing to do
saying?
with what we're talking about.
Are
anyway.
Arsenal going to finish above Chelsea?
Yes, facts.
No, they won't.
what
I
a
don't
load
think they
of
will, you know.
rubbish.
We're top 3, bro.
Chelsea's far
Facts.
better side.
Top 3, facts.
Far better
Mate,
side.
you lot struggled to get a result
We
against
struggle.
Bournemouth
Our football's
yesterday.
poor, but it doesn't
How
matter.
many of your
Results.
players will walk in,
It's the
get
results
into
game.
their starting 11?
Tyranny,
Who?
Hector.
You
doesn't
can't even
play-
say
he
your
don't
player's
play-
name right.
he don't play for
This is
you.
why I don't listen to
Who,
what you
KT?
say. You
He
can't
don't
even
play
say
for
his
you.
name.
What, KT?
You don't play for you.
Tierney.
Nah,
Kieran
man, Tyranny,
Tierney.
man. You ain't even seen Game of Thrones, bruh. Come on, man.
Who else?
He's called
So
Tyrion.
Tierney, who else?
Yeah, same thing.
So Tierney, who else? Who else?
Nicholas Unknown as
Who
well.
else? Who else?
Who else?
Nicholas
It's a who?
Unknown.
What, Chelsea's team.
Yeah.
Nicholas Arn.
Nicholas Unknown, bro.
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang
And him.
Lacazette.
No, he wouldn't.
They don't start for you. So
Because it's been injured, you fool.
he don't start when
He
he's
doesn't
injured.
start when
He
he's
starts on
fit,
the
bro.
bench.
I know, but he'll still make their team.
He said, I know, but
No, but we're talking about starting 11.
He'll still make their
11
team.
v 11.
He'll still make their first
Don't
11,
talk
though.
about the squad. Talk about 11 v 11.
No, I'm putting Lacazette
that's
in
it.
11.
Ah,
I'm putting him
okay.
in 11.
I'll start
So
tomorrow.
three of your players. So three the players.
I'll start
Aubameyang, Lacazette, and
And then-
Tierney.
What about Thing?
Who else?
Thing.
Hector.
Hector.
Yeah.
Bro, Hector.
you don't even like Hector.
I like
Bro.
Hector.
Bro, Hector, after a year out, you're just going to put him in straight in the
Oh,
Chelsea.
is that how it is now? Yeah.
No,
Is that how
bro,
we're playing it now?
Because he's not playing, bro. You
After a
can't,
year out.
bro. After long injuries, you can't just like say like, bro. You can't just say that. But okay, 4. So 4 players.
Well, what about your boy
4
Ozil?
players then. 4 players. Done.
You know,
I'm not allowed to use squad apparently, Jack.
So just so we're clear,
You're not allowed to use
Bro, he ain't in the squad.
retired footballers.
exactly. So 4 out, guys. Let us know, how many Arsenal players are going to get in the Chelsea squad.
No, but-
4,
yeah.
4 players,
From a
both
starting
their
11.
fullbacks and both the strikers. That's it. Arsenal will get into Chelsea's
Why is
team.
that a problem?
Listen,
well, 4 out of 11. That means Chelsea's team's better than
but
you.
honestly, we have
It does.
to we have to
4 out of
touch on
11
Chelsea
gives up.
properly.
What's their
here.
centre backs?
Bro, it don't matter.
They
They're
got
better than yours.
Tamori-
Who are they?
They're better than David Luiz.
Rudiger and Tamori.
And
Louis
Rob
is our
Holding.
centre back. That's our centre back.
Who's your
Louis
centre
is
back?
covering for Holding while he's.
Oh, you're done at. You're a mug. You're a muppet. You're a
Like
muppet.
Rob Holding. Right.
Nah, listen.
You know Rob Holding hasn't lost a game like 30 games.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, my.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
because he's
you
played
don't care.
all of them are cup games against Macclesfield Town.
Yeah.
That's why.
He said he ain't lost the game.
Chambers, you can say Chambers got a good record as well, innit?
By the way, when you say Chambers,
Player of the season, mate.
He loves it.
Now listen, we don't talk about Chelsea a lot, and I think
Respect them.
what they're doing over there now.
They ain't
I
doing
think-
nothing
bro.
yet, bro.
Their transfer,
Wait,
bro.
come
Just
on,
listen.
let's be real.
I hate Chelsea, and this hurts for me to say
They've
this.
taken over your tube station. All this.
Oh, here we go. This is the same dead joke for the last 3 years. Hey.
Yeah, go on, Jack.
Ain't
yeah.
never seen a Fulham fan outside Fulham Broadway.
Yeah, when we play Chelsea. Anyway, no. So basically, for me, I think their transfer ban has helped them a lot. What's going to happen now is that they've managed to push in, fast track a lot of players. So Tamori, I think Reece James is playing in the cup. He's looking quite good for them. You got Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, and a few other players. And it's
Mason Mount's top player.
yeah, it may.
really is.
It may. And Tammy Abraham's starting to look like a proper
100%,
striker.
100%.
And for me, they're actually building a really good squad over there
And
now.
they've still got players coming
And
back.
they've still got players
They've
coming
got
back,
Loftus Cheek coming back.
And Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. Sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
to say he's just come back. He got an
back,
assist
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So for
And
me,
they're
it's actually
scoring.
quite. It's not only going to help benefit Chelsea. It's going to help England now.
Let me ask you a
so
question.
much.
It's just funny though. Because
Always back
no, wait,
to
can I just
England.
say
I
one
know,
thing? Just
I know.
sorry.
Has to though. Yes.
No, yeah, and which you got. It's always a
You got to
factor.
take that
It's always
into.
a factor.
Yeah, that's why I'm quite happy it's
Always-
working.
But you know,
Otherwise,
what
I'd
it
be
is?
pissed.
I just want to keep it true as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna act like Lampard is the most.
Of course not. No,
you
no, no.
would you would cry for
He's not-
Lampard
no,
right
no, no,
now.
I'm just saying-
Oi, Jack,
Bro.
Lampard or Ollie?
No.
Oh mate, it's
night and day. It's night and day.
It's
But-
yeah, exactly.
But at the end of the day, yeah, the reason why
All
I
day
rate
and
it
night.
is because what
It's not-
it's
they're
because
about
what
the
I said
same
earlier
ability.
about the experience thing. Lampard isn't experienced. The players aren't that experienced.
Yeah.
But everyone's on the same page. You know
100%.
why? Because the people at the top are on the same page.
Exactly, and they know
There is no one
that.
at the top at Chelsea right now.
There isn't no one at the top because we were. Yeah,
What do you
we
mean
could get
there's
And do you
into
know
that.
what? I think
What do you mean
the
there's no
pressure's
one?
off.
There's like a whole
The
thing.
pressure's off.
I know that. No, I know.
No, but that's a good thing
The
because
technical director.
No, but listen, the reason why it's a good thing, the pressure being off, is because it gives players like Mount, Tamori, Abraham, all these guys don't feel the pressure.
Free reign. No, I feel you.
bro,
And
how
they have
does-
free
how-
reign to do
how
what they
does that
want,
change-
and they can develop in front of their
feel
eyes
you.
without
How does-
worried
Yeah,
about
but
being
the
taken
reason
out.
why-
and-
the
But
reason why
same
I
with Man
don't like
United.
Lampard, though,
Man
wait.
United- Man
No,
United-
no, it's different.
Rashford and Greenwood can
No,
play.
but
Nah,
can
it's
I
different.
just say, can I just say though,
How?
the reason why I rate Lampard though, this is just me being real, is because even that Liverpool game, yeah, where I think it was like maybe like 2 set pieces.
Yeah.
I know it's like at least because I remember across a corner, and that's how they Liverpool scored.
Oh,
And I
Arnold's
remember,
scored a free kick, yeah.
And I remember Lampard saying, "You know what? Yeah, the boys are doing what I told them to do, but the devil's in the details." It just sounds like there's more of a plan.
Yeah, of course. But it's
and,
a lot.
and you know what I like about him? What I like about him, like Gerrard at Rangers, even when they win or they play well, he's still critical and he's saying stuff like, "Didn't like this, didn't like that." And like, unlike some other managers, he's not happy.
I'll be honest with you.
He's not happy-go-lucky, yeah.
Do you know what this has shown to me? It shows to me that when you actually take time with a manager and you don't constantly buy players that are there for for short-term success, and you build something over a few years, it shows that once you try and work towards a goal like that, it's so much more beneficial towards a club, because nowadays there's so much pressure on achieving instant results that what it does, it creates is a toxic environment in a lot of clubs. So for Chelsea, this is going to help them, because in a few years' time, they're going to be a big force in this country, in my opinion.
So let me ask you a question then, yeah? Obviously, we heard from Mason Mount a few days ago where, for anyone who doesn't know, he said stuff like, "We'll go the extra mile for Lampard."
Yeah.
I don't know why he said it, but someone may ask him. Why do you feel, or do you feel, the Man United players are they going the extra mile for Solskjaer?
The difference is, I'll tell you what the difference is.
They do not respect in the same way.
I'll tell you what.
Lampard's
Yeah,
respected.
I think firstly it's that. Secondly, the youngsters you have at your club have been circulating in a different environment to the ones at Chelsea. There's been a toxic environment for United for years,
Mate,
so it creates a different mentality.
To be fair,
for me.
Chelsea's been toxic.
It
as
has,
well.
No, it has
but,
been, but at least
it's,
the players
it's different
ain't been
levels.
there. It's different,
It's different
though.
levels. They
And
haven't
then
been
a
in
lot
there.
of players-
A lot of these players have been in there. Yeah. So like Mount
Our
has
ones have like had different.
They've been
experiences,
there.
different managers,
and they've been there.
But it's been like different
Whereas
stuff every time.
Abraham, Mount, Tamori, they've all been out on loan.
Loan and stuff like
They
that.
haven't experienced it, directly.
Do you think that's the main difference?
Yeah, and also second thing is Lampard is a club legend, like one of the biggest
Yeah,
legends.
so Oli Dolly.
No. He's not on Lampard's level when it comes to legends.
Oh,
like
no,
clubs.
you're mocking there.
He's not.
No,
Bro, he
that's
won the
facts,
treble.
though.
That's facts.
Treble.
The kind of
He won the
like-
treble.
No, but we're talking
I
about
hear that,
consistently.
but we're talking about-
Frank Lampard is one of probably top 3 Chelsea players of all time.
That's Chelsea, Man United, two different things. though.
No, Man United and Chelsea going through a similar situation.
But also
two
another
young
thing.
managers,
Another
two
thing.
legends,
Another thing.
young squads,
I'll tell
no
you,
money.
I'll tell you
no,
one other thing as well. Yeah, one other thing as well. Your players, like again, I keep mentioning the same players, but Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, they grew up in an era where Lampard's only just finished his playing career, and he was a big legend not so long ago.
So you're saying Solskjaer went a legend to Rashford and Greenwood?
But bro, this is like we're talking early thousands.
Yeah.
We're talking Lampard was a big Chelsea player, like even up till 2013, 2012 times. These players were at the, like when you're that age, so
Still playing
like
football,
just
football.
early teenagers. You're watching players like Lampard. That's your idol. So for me, this is why they're going extra mile for him, because they think this is a huge club legend. He was doing the unthinkable things at the pinnacle of his career not so long ago. So for them, it's easy to relate to that. Whereas with Solskjaer, there's a bit more of a gap. I'm not saying that's probably why, but I think that makes a huge difference. to me.
Hold on one second. I feel like Chris wants to say something.
No, I'm just interested to hear what you
No,
guys
but
say.
you know what? You know,
I'm just very
you know,
interested.
just
Why?
talking-
Why did you say that though? What's so interesting about it?
Just how we're not going to give Oli that kind of respect and...
No, but there's levels,
Nah.
bro.
Yeah, all right, so fair.
Because Man United is the biggest club in the world, though. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of
they're
legends.
legends.
There's a lot of
There's
legends.
a lot of legends.
Yeah.
at
There
Manchester
is,
United. Chelsea are just creating legends.
But it's Man United. But
Yeah.
it's Man United's tiers of legends, though. Obviously, the top tier is like Cantona, Best, Giggs, like Scholes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Beckham, all these
Goals,
players.
yeah?
What? Of course.
Facts, bro.
Of
Let's
course,
move on.
Scholes is up there.
Scholes, yeah, Becks,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Don't
what are
get
you talking
into
about?
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
we
he
Don't get
is.
into
No,
this.
Giggs.
Don't.
No, Giggs.
Ferdinand, all these players are top
They're
tier
top
legends.
tier.
Tier.
Top, top.
And that's another
They're
thing.
top.
And that's another thing. It's about
So
consistently.
Solskjaer top.
Yeah, but
No, he's like the
He's
tier
not-
underneath in
But-
legends.
but
do you know
Why
what the
did you
difference
put
is between
Beckham?
Lampard and Solskjaer?
Bro, you don't realise.
Bro,
the
there's different levels. So like Lampard, for over a decade at Chelsea,
Smashed
was
it.
playing at the top level,
Yeah.
winning being a pivotal part of strong teams of winning big trophies. Solskjaer is not on that category in my
Only
opinion.
players in my
And
life-
I'm not
yeah.
disregarding what he's done
Yeah, yeah.
because he's won the treble. He's done a lot of good things, but he was a sub player at Man
He's a
United
cult
for a
hero,
certain
though.
amount of time.
Yeah, he's a cult
Exactly,
hero.
he's a cult
Yeah,
hero.
but
That's the difference. He's not a
Maybe
wide
for instance,
span.
yeah.
He's not a wide span hero. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
And I guess he's one of them things that is like
But Lampard at one point was like
how
third
love.
best player in the world. Like, it's just
Yeah,
Wait, what?
trust me.
Bro, they were talking about him
Yeah.
or Gerrard being the best centre mid
Yeah.
in the world.
Of course he was.
Of course they were.
Bro, do you know how good Lampard? He's got 171 goals. You know.
Never-
Bro, you
As
need
a
to put some
midfielder.
respect on
Never
Lampard's
the best.
name. And
What?
Never the best.
He was
No,
the
he
best.
wasn't.
He was one. He was the best in
Now,
Europe. at one
what year
point.
was it that he came third
Like
in
2006
the
or
Ballon d'Or?
something.
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
2006.
I don't know. I got
Him and Gerrard were legendary.
Legendary, but never the best in the world, though.
No,
I
not the best player in the
At one
world.
point, Gerrard should have been one of the
Yeah.
best players in the world.
Gerrard
Could have been.
Gerrard for me.
Gerrard, he
Gerrard,
didn't win a Champions League. He
had more ability.
was.
Gerrard for
Yeah,
me
he
for
was up
what
there.
Gerrard
He
for
was
me
there.
for what he's done overall is the best midfielder in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Over Patrick Vieira.
Of course, Patrick Vieira doesn't even come in the conversation.
50
bro.
times.
Ask Gerrard that. Ask Gerrard that, and Gerrard will tell you
bro,
otherwise.
I don't care.
He will tell you
I don't care.
otherwise.
In my opinion, from watching it on the TV set,
Okay, from my
Patrick
opinion,
Vieira-
from watching on TV set,
Apparently, he knows that Gerrard. was
Go and
thinking
watch
Vieira.
Patrick
I don't know
Vieira.
where he got that from.
I mean, there's a quote.
bro, Patrick Vieira's not even better than Roy
Can't
Keane.
find it, you
He's
prat.
not
There's
even
a
better than Roy
quote
Keane,
online.
you mug.
Who ain't? Are you dumb?
P-
Did he win a
Vieira.
Champions League? Did he win a Champions
Are
League?
you
Did
mad?
he win the World Cup, Jake?
Yeah, but that's not with Arsenal.
Look at the team.
That's
Look at
not
the
with
team he won
Arsenal.
it
Well, I
with.
gotta say SM.
Look at the team he won.
SM.
Look who you had it with. Look who you had with.
Bro,
Look who
I
you had
don't
it-
care. He's won the because you can use it for
Bro.
Pogba and use that argument. And say, which
No, we don't use it for Pogba.
Yes, you do.
We don't.
You was using it earlier in the season.
Straight
Same
No,
club.
we're
with
talking about
speeches,
best
bro.
Premier League
Bro,
midfielder. We're not talking about the
Vieira was a
international
nice
team.
cult hero who put oil on his chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
He's a good man. He's a good
Vix-
player.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
weren't-
Jake,
he weren't Roy Keane.
you
He weren't Roy
had
Keane.
Big Papa Diop pretending
The
to be Patrick
wardrobe.
Vieira.
The wardrobe.
Pretending.
The wardrobe.
Hey, remember when Cam used to say it?
Yeah.
Big Papa Diop.
Hey,
When Cam used to say that, he used to
Got
die.
him pretending to be Vieira.
I remember
About
him runs to the
Patrick
middle and
Vieira's
it's the
name.
bangs.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
usually run for bang.
The wardrobe. That's what we called him. The wardrobe.
Patrick Vieira, best centre midfielder ever playing in the Premiership.
No, he's
Rubbish.
not.
That's
rubbish.
nonsense.
That's rubbish.
He's not even top 5, bro.
Lampard and Gerrard
Calm
are
down.
heaven.
I'll leave that one.
Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes.
But nah,
come on, bro. Roy Keane.
I'll leave that
But
one.
nah,
Fact.
genuinely,
Vieira.
big up to
Fact.
Chelsea.
But anyway,
we
big up
get
Chelsea.
we get a lot of stick for not talking about them, but I think now we've
We've
got to
done well
show.
today.
I think they'll get top 4. I
Nah, they get more
genuinely think they
than
will.
bro.
Nah, let's
Can I
start.
be real?
Let's
Can I be
start.
real?
Let's
Can I be
start.
real?
Arsenal.
Let me ask you one
Let's
question.
start Arsenal.
Let me
Let's
ask you
say my
one
top
question.
4, yeah?
Let me ask you-
Liverpool,
wait,
City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Let me ask you one question.
I reckon Leicester might
Yes,
sneak
nah.
in there.
Nah.
You know?
Nah.
You man could do with Brendan right now.
Nah.
Yeah, we
I mean,
could.
Brendan would be
nah,
perfect for you. Do you know what? That's
Chelsea
one thing I
finished-
want to.
Chelsea
That's,
finished
that's one thing I want to talk about. Brendan Rodgers is criminally underrated as a manager.
No, he's not.
Unfashionable.
No, he's not.
He is. A lot of people.
Man, no. If you know Brendan.
Unfashionable.
No, but a lot of people don't like
Because
Brendan
before
Rodgers as a manager.
Klopp,
look at
Brendan had taken Liverpool
Look at
somewhere that they
yeah,
hadn't-
bro. Look at what he did at Swansea. Did a madness at Swansea.
Did a madness. Even
Did
at
a madness at
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
He did do a
And then
madness
it
at
failed after the season after. Was it? I don't know how long
Yeah,
after it
because
was.
bad recruitment.
They lost Suarez and whatnot.
Exactly,
So
bad recruitment.
So
His
and then
fault.
he's gone to Celtic.
His fault.
Celtic trebles. I know
You
it's
want a
easy
treble,
over
treble.
there.
You want a treble.
The treble.
Treble.
Yeah, yeah.
But at Scotland.
Triple.
Yeah, man. That's like
You
like
need that.
Do you know what it is? That's like getting the McDonald's stickers in the Monopoly. That's what it's like.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, well done. You got 3 hamburgers for free. Yeah, well done. But now at Leicester, he's completely revived.
100%.
Because like before, they were playing stealth
That's the
football.
kind of recruitment
under-
you lot should have been doing instead of getting that
100%.
kind of Ranieri.
100%.
And you.
100%.
Under
Ollie,
Claude
you should be getting him.
Puel, under Claude
100%.
Puel, they were playing boring.
If Rodgers was my caretaker, I would be so cool with that. Before we
But
bring
can
in
we
a
just
bigger
be
manager, I
clear?
would be-
That would never
would never happen
he's
because
been
he's
in
a Liverpool manager,
Yeah,
yeah.
never.
Yeah,
Would never
he would never do
Shut
that.
up,
But
you lot.
what?
Wait,
The reason why I don't like
wait,
this
why
is-
you saying
No,
shut up?
but
Why
the
you
reason
saying
why I don't
shut
like
up?
this is
Why you
when I
saying
said
shut
that
up?
Brendan Rodgers was going to Arsenal, he was upset about
I
it.
know.
With Arsenal was different.
The Arsenal.
We're classy.
Of
What?
course.
Well, you got Unai Emery.
Of course, you got Unai Emery.
Good evening.
Spanish salad.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Wait.
Unai's
Wait, what did you
decent.
say? Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
Unai's
He's decent now.
He'll do
After
good for you
two,
lot.
after 2 games.
Wait, is Unai? Is
2
Unai?
weeks ago, you were saying.
Wait.
Can
Let me.
you tell me? Can
Is
you tell me?
Unai-
So, Chris, let me ask you a question, yeah?
Pickle.
You know when Unai came, he only signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
He's gone. End the
So you
season.
want him to re-sign?
If you finish
It
fifth.
depends what happens.
Let's say you finish fifth. Let's say you
So
finish fifth.
what's he got? What's he got to do
No.
to get extension?
Actually, you know what? I'll be honest. I don't want him to sign again.
So there you go. You just completely
Hey,
contradict
Let me
yourself.
ask you a question.
The truth is out, people.
But he's
All right,
decent.
let's do it
but
down to
he's
the
a decent
third.
manager.
You're an Arsenal
let me
fan.
ask you-
Do you want Unai Emery to stay after this season?
Genuine question.
Let me ask you a question.
Who's better, Rodgers or Emery? Because I'm saying Rodgers.
Rodgers.
But let me ask you a question. Would you accept the Kike Sanchez situation with taking Wenger back?
Oh yeah.
Would you actually take him
Yeah,
back?
I would love
Of course
that.
he would, bro.
You know what? What with this new system with the directors of football there, help it.
Bruv,
Help him with recruitment.
do you know
Give
what he'll
Wenger
do?
that. Give Wenger
Bro,
that.
if that-
One more
if that
season.
happened,
No, right.
where did he had
Where
around
did
North
he
London
Where did he
naked?
finish? Where did he finish?
What, with Wenger?
Yeah.
What, with the good recruitment?
Yeah.
First.
You're high, bro. You're high. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Man,
No, he don't care as well.
I can't even laugh. I can't even laugh.
You know what I like
anymore.
about Chris? There's nothing to think about.
Do you genuinely think that was
Wenger,
his best?
I
Miss
think
Wenger.
if we had the recruitment, yeah,
Wenger.
and he had that by
See, Wenger, I like.
Definitely, we'll definitely win.
But this is what happens.
No, you
bro.
wouldn't.
Bro, this is what happens when you fall in love with a manager too much. This is what we mustn't do with Solskjaer. Because it's all blinkers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just like the
this
camera.
is blinking. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mad
Because
thing.
you're not talking sense. You're not
That's
talking
about to die.
Yeah, quick, you got to move the other
Yo,
No. Have we got much else to talk about?
Done.
Bro, our producers bailed us. He is.
Andy, what's that camera saying? Jermaine, just sit down. That camera's down, bro. We ain't using that camera. Forget that.
It's cool. We're done.
That's-
Yeah, it's cool. We've
Alright,
had a
cool.
good run.
We're done. We're done.
We had a good
Jermaine,
run.
Jermaine,
else
sit
to
down.
talk
Let's
We'll carry on
conclude
talking
this
to
show,
this,
bro.
Yeah, we'll keep. Should we just do an
Alright,
outro
cool.
now, just in case it cuts?
Yeah, do it outro.
Yeah, do outro.
Do an outro now.
Alright.
Jermaine,
Jermaine, but
forget that. Wait,
Bro, we
We're
just
talking
do an
to
outro.
Jermaine. Alright. My name's Jermaine.
My name's CheekySport Jay. I got a massive belly.
listen, guys.
Thank you for.
Yeah, thank you for being here on the CheekySport podcast. Sorry for you right now. Yeah. Sorry that my belly's up.
There goes the phone.
Listen.
My name's Big Giant. I've also got a big belly.
Who did we talk about?
Who didn't we talk about? We didn't talk about.
Doesn't matter.
No, wait, we didn't talk about Watford, Sheffield United with the overlapping centre backs.
What about Norwich Villa?
Norwich Villa.
I like it. Norwich. Yeah. Next.
Nothing else really,
Newcastle.
Let me talk
wait,
about
hold on.
Newcastle.
We didn't talk about West Ham United.
West Ham United.
Oh, against Palace.
Palace.
Oh,
That's a
VAR. Oh,
That's
no.
all right.
Anyway, thank
What are
you.
the teams?
Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Make sure you leave us a
and,
comment.
and all the best. Obviously, England's got two away games coming
Oh,
up.
look at him trying to keep that FATV job.
Go. Hey, listen. Big shout out to
bring us in.
Listen,
Bring us in.
Big shout out to our
FATV.
sponsors. Tokyo time, every
Tokyo
single time, man.
Every single time.
Make sure you
What
guys.
happened to that winner? Competition winner.
They won it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come on. He's gonna come on.
When?
After international break.
Wait, hold on. What's
Tyler
the
Wessing.
question for the fans?
No, Tyler's
What's the
coming.
Man United Liverpool score gonna be?
All right, how much does
What?
Big J weigh?
Alright,
Let's go.
No, on a serious note. Wait, on a serious note. On a serious note, Man United versus
whoever gets
Liverpool,
that right gets
Old
peace.
Trafford.
Whoever gets that right gets peace.
Wait. Old Trafford, 24th October. You guess exactly what the result's going to be and who's going to
7-1
And then they'll
Liverpool.
win some.
And
Tokyo
you're going to
time
win
match.
bare merch.
Hey, listen,
We're going to give away
make sure
bare
you
merch.
subscribe
this
to
time.
Chris's new channel as well, Football Fico as well.
Straight
Got the
Football
videos
Fico.
out right now. The link's going to be in the description below, so make sure you subscribe to that as
Listen,
well.
Saucy.
yeah, if you want to see a man,
Chris.
if you want to
Saucy.
see a
Like
man
Chris.
messed up on Spice,
Spice,
head over to
guide
his
out the
channel.
camera.
Bare spice.
Bare spice.
Bare Spice, unfiltered,
What made me laugh
unfiltered.
the most is that you clean the table at the beginning still.
Yeah, today.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
Today he was singing.
There's best stuff there.
Bro, today he was singing.
Bro, I don't know what's there. I
Lord,
don't
won't
know
you
what's
buy me? I must say.
you know,
That's what he was
say.
singing in the intro. I said, yeah, Chris is done out.
Yeah, he's
So make
done
sure you
out.
subscribe to Football Fico. Link in the description below. You've been here with myself, Big J.
Jose Mourinho is back, Akeem.
Like a Chris.
I like it.
Hey, peace and love. We're out.